All right, we are live on YouTube, and today we are going to be discussing sex on the first date, and is it really that bad of a thing after all? We're also going to do a little networking in the chat, and I will also answer any questions that you may have in regards to your business and personal life. So stick around for all that and much, much more that's coming right up! Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, if that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And today's topic is going to ensure that you get a better grip on your life, because you guys out there may have to get a grip on something else if you don't learn how to master this and learn how to understand women a lot better than you think you do. Also, make sure on your mobile device, your smartphone, your tablet, iPhone, Android, whatever mobile device you have the YouTube app installed on, make sure that you have the YouTube app set to receive notifications at a device level. All those things are very important that I just mentioned to make sure that you're notified right when your favorite content creator, including myself, goes live, or the moment we put out a brand new video, the moment we publish a brand new video. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. A little bit of a later start today. I had some things to take care of earlier. Life happens, things happen, shit happens. You know how that goes, right? But today, I was thinking about a topic that I wanted to discuss for quite some time, and I wanted to make sure the timing was right for this. I have a newer audience here on my channel and some people that have been here for a while. And what I've noticed is that my audience really responds to and engages more towards personal issue type of topics regarding relationships between men and women, dating relationships, marriages, things of that nature. So I figured I would double down on that and, put out this very interesting topic that many people, especially the ladies out there, don't really want to talk about. But today we're going to dissect it head on. I'm going to share with you my personal thoughts, my personal experiences, and I want to hear yours. And I don't want you to be afraid to share your personal experiences and your thoughts regarding this pretty interesting topic, sex on a first date. And Sonia Bussy, I don't personally have sex on the first date. Well, most ladies will say that, and some will adhere to that. But I appreciate your feedback, and Sonia Bussy, I've never seen you here before. You're here for the very first time. How did you find out about my channel? I'm curious to know. Did you find out about me through one of those networking forums? Because I have not seen you in any of those networking forums. And if you are connected with me here and you plan on staying connected, I'd love to connect with you as well. So please make me aware of how you found out about me. That would be great. English teacher in France. Interesting topic. English teacher in France, how are you doing? I'm so sorry I missed your live stream earlier today. I was busy taking care of some insurance clients for my day job, and I was not able to make it. But I'm glad that you're here and you feel this is a very interesting topic. It absolutely is. Y2K homies in the house. Hello, Y2K homie. Man, you must camp out on my front door, man, waiting for me to go live, huh? Oh, who else is here? Let me take a look at the chat. We have Simply Deep 1985. Add a grip on life. Sub Coach Eli and the chat room. What's going on? Simply Deep 1985. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Got 12 people in the box already. Hopefully more will join us for this very, very interesting topic, because I want to hear what you folks have to say about it, because I've got a lot to talk about it. Fonzo, sup? Hey, Fonzo, what's going on, brother? English teacher in France says, no worries. Am feeling okay. Still homesick, though. Well, I hope you get better soon, English teacher in France. I definitely hope you get better soon. And Sonia Bussy, I was browsing and seeing your topic. It drew me in. Glad to be here. Well, thank you so much for being here. And Sonia, I am a business and personal success coach, relationship coach, or most people know my industry to be called a life coach. And I like to help people get a better grip on their lives based on my personal experiences of 45 years. I'm 45 years old. I'm very happy to see that you're here now. And Sonia, do you create any content, or are you just a content consumer? I'm checking out your channel right now. You do have a channel, and you got some videos there. Cool. I'm going to definitely check out your channel later on today. And again, thank you so much for being here. All right, so let's get right to it, folks. Let me share my thoughts about this topic. Well, first, before I get to that, I want to put out a message to all the people out there that are connecting through these channels I like to call networking channels, or some of them I'll call glorified sub-for-sub channels. When I go visit these channels, I look to see who's genuine, and I look to see how people respond to me in the chat. If they send me, full messages, if they address me, and respond to me when I say, hey, I'm looking to collaborate with people. I'm looking to interview people on my channel. I'm not just looking for sub here. Okay. I'm not looking for that. And if you've noticed, my sub count is below 500 again. And what I've noticed, 3 days ago, I hit 502 or 503 subscribers. And then when the show ended, I was at 498. And then I was at like 500 yesterday. Then I went down to 496. And then today I did a little networking, connected with some people that I thought were genuine because they were communicating with me, through a live stream chat. I was a part of Robert Banks' channel, which he's a very, very good guy. And he has some awesome streams that I fully support. But then just a few hours later, I went from, 503 back down to, I think, 498 right now. And let me make a very clear statement to all the channels out there that are abusing these networking forums and are temporarily connecting with people, leading us to believe that you're going to stay connected with us. And then you unsubscribe from us because you've maxed out the 2,000 maximum channels you're able to subscribe to. So you unsubscribe from us after you get our subscription, right? After, pretending to be genuine with us, and then you go and subscribe to other people. Karma's going to get you. So to those people out there that are abusing the system one way or another, it's not going to be me because I have no control over what you do, but karma is going to get you. And I firmly believe in karma. And because I can do this on the fly, I'm going to send a message out to you folks. One of my most favorite messages. You folks know where I'm going with this. Okay? To you folks out there that are abusing this networking system and taking advantage of people and lying to people just to, try to grow your channel, karma has no deadline. Karma has no deadline. And karma is going to come back to bite you in the ass unless you play fair and do the right thing. You're only going to get out of life what you give. Okay? You're only going to get back from the universe what you give the universe. And Sonia Bussy, right, I agree with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, and Sonia. It's such a great pleasure to have you here. You seem like a really genuine person. And again, I will check out your channel right after the show is done. and I hope we can keep in touch and maybe collaborate on some things in the future. So let me get rid of my Karma Has No Deadline background and go back to the one, for today's show. Give me 1 second here to find it. I have a green screen, folks, so I can change the backgrounds on the fly. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? 8-Bit Reactor's in the house. Hey, everyone. Hey, 8-Bit Reactor. Hey, let me know if you want to join me on Hangouts. If anyone wants to join me live on the air, I can still bring people along with the consumer version of Google Hangouts at hangouts.google.com. Or if you still have the Hangouts app installed on your phone, you can come on that way. If you want to come on and share your stories and share your feedback and opinions through Google Hangouts live on the air here, where we can hear your voice, and you can even turn on your video if you'd like, let me know. And I will find a way to get you the link. If you're connected with me, send me a Hangouts chat message. If you're not connected with me on Hangouts, let me know, and I will connect with you. I'll put up my email. Let me just put up my email right now in case somebody wants to connect. It's Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. Coach Eli at coach.eliasmelas.com. There we go. Copy and paste that into Hangouts, and then you'll find me, send me a message, and I'll connect with you there, and I can bring you on the show. Or we can, talk and figure out, if there is a way we can collaborate between our channels. Okay. And Sonia Bussy, yes, thank you. I'm very loyal. Thank you so much. I'm very loyal as well, too. Margarita Gonzalez, hello, my friend. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome. 19 people in the box. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get right to it, folks. So, sex on a first date. Folks, this is 2019, and we live in a different world nowadays. It's a different day and age compared to how it used to be over 50 years ago. About 55 years ago or so, in 1964, women here in the U.S. and in many other countries around the same time were liberated, meaning that women fought and got equal rights that men have always had. Women now have the right to vote. They have the right to bear arms. Women are equally treated in the workforce. Even though some think they're not being treated equally, they are being treated equally. I just feel that some women are not qualified for certain jobs, and they used as an excuse to say, you didn't hire me because I'm a woman and he's a man. No, sweetheart, you didn't get hired because you weren't qualified for the job. You have equal rights nowadays, just like men have always had. And if you were as qualified or more qualified, you would have got the job over the man, and you would have been paid the same the man was offered. Okay, so, that's a little side note there. But yeah, women were liberated. So what did that do to traditional marriages and relationships? It threw that shit out the toilet, right? And back in those days, before women were liberated, and when traditionalism was still around, women were not as promiscuous as they are today. Okay, now in today's day and age, women have become, in my opinion, not only as promiscuous as men have always been, but even more promiscuous, because they have this freedom that they never had. Back in the older days, the only women that would be promiscuous were women that had to find a way to survive, and they became prostitutes to be able to survive, because women were not able to, work a traditional job like they can today. So all of this, stemming back, at least here in the U.S., back to 1964, with the Civil Rights Act, where women were liberated, all this has changed, the dynamic of relationships and marriages, to the point of where, because women are now working, they're going to college, they're getting more degrees than men nowadays, and they're also working long hours. And they still want that relationship, but because they work so many hours, they're more tired and they have less time to date. So most women do not have the time to get to know a man, the long route anymore. So they kind of try to shorten things. And men have always been that way, but women themselves now have even, whether you agree or not, ladies, okay, some of you are still traditional here, but the women that are working today don't have the time to invest to, get to know someone and hold back on doing certain things for several months to see how good the man is. And again, that's just because, women are in the workforce and it's just different. Back in the traditional days, women were at home taking care of the house, taking care of the kids. Okay, the husband would go to work, bust his ass, come home, and that was that. That's how that happened. And the husband and wife, they would get married and they would have intimacy in their relationship or their marriage. And in many times back in those days, it was really frowned upon to have premarital sex. Okay. So many people didn't even have premarital sex back in those days, which, has led to a lot of divorce even back from those days to now. And I'll explain more why, because you don't know how that person's going to be intimately until you're intimate with them. And if you're not compatible with that person sexually, okay, are you going to stick around? Like, guys and gals, ask yourselves, have you dated somebody for a month or two and the sex was really bad, but he was a good-looking guy and he was a nice guy, but the sex was so bad that you broke up with him because the sex was bad? I hate to say it, sex is important. It's very, very important. Having that deep, intimate bond is important. So why are you going to invest all this time into getting to know a woman, or why are you going to wait until you get married to experience sex with a man or a woman when you know that if the sex is not good, it's going to lead to divorce early on, or it's going to break up your relationship if you're not married? But see, the problem is not even that. The problem is a lot of women, want to feel like they're not being used for a piece of ass. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, if you know what I mean. So that's my opinion there. Okay. Well, thank you for mentioning that to the person behind the scenes. He says, English teacher and RJ are getting a bit close. Be careful. English teacher in France and anyone else. There is a blind YouTuber out there named RJ Sandifer that cannot stop talking about me. He talks negatively about me all the time. He has no other content besides talking about me. And I have no problem with you folks connecting with him. But he's no longer welcome here. I haven't even talked about him in a long time. And he's just desperate for views and subscribers. So I just want to make it very clear. RJ Sandifer watches every one of my streams and basically, talks to people that I've connected with because he doesn't know how to network and grow his channel on his own. I just wanted to throw that out there. So let me read some of the chat messages here. Fonzo says, English teacher in France, you need vacation maybe. South Europe would help. That sounds cool. English teacher in France says, thanks at Fonzo. Let's see. Fonzo says, sex on the first date, even in the 90s, no problem. Get it? Yeah, no, this has been happening for decades now. I'd probably say, going back to the 80s, early 90s, sex started becoming more recreational. And a lot of women started opening up more about their sexuality. And a lot of women started feeling more comfortable just having casual sex. But, if they're going to have, they also mentioned if they're going to have casual sex, they want to do it with somebody they get along with. And maybe that they can, see more than one time. And interestingly enough, it's just a safe way of saying, you know what, I'm not trying to rush anything. A lot of women and men will say, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking to hang out, right? It's a fancy way of protecting yourself. In case it doesn't work out, you can both leave, the casual, sexual relationship without, investing any emotions. But let me tell you something, folks. Whether you're a man or a woman, even if you're just doing the casual sex thing and you sleep with a woman more than one time, those emotions start to build whether you like it or not. Us human beings, we're naturally meant to connect and bond. And I've seen many great relationships come out of casual sex relationships. So it really isn't bad after all, in my opinion. But I think what makes it bad is the stereotype that, women feel they're perceived as sluts if they sleep with a man too soon, where if a man sleeps with a woman right away, then he's a stud, right? And I don't believe in that shit. That's stupid ass shit. Especially nowadays. I don't think women should be labeled as sluts, and I don't think men should be labeled as studs. I just think that whatever feels naturally right feels naturally right. If you want to have sex with somebody and you're attracted to them, why the fuck not, right? I'm not saying go out there and go have sex with a bunch of people, just to have sex. But, if you feel like being intimate with somebody and you just met them and you're connected and it feels great, feels right, go for it if you both are open and okay with it, because you never know what it might lead to. You never know. And I've seen, like I said, a lot of casual sex relationships blossom into some of the best relationships and the best marriages out there. Anyway, English teacher in France. It isn't the problem if both have known each other for quite some time. For example, those who are in a long-distance relationship. Well, English teacher in France, I totally get your point, but here's the issue I have with that and other people have with that, okay? If you're dating a man or a man's dating a woman, and you're dating for 2 or 3 months and you haven't even kissed or had any intimacy, in my opinion, there's something wrong with that. Because let's face it, when you first meet someone, if you put yourself out there on a dating app, or if you go out there, looking to meet people, if you're a woman going out there looking to meet a man, or if you're a man going out there to meet a woman, okay, what's the first thing you notice? The physical attraction, right? Then you may approach the person and have a conversation. If there's a spark within that conversation and the physical attraction is there, both a man and a woman are both going to know literally, first of all, within 3 seconds, if there's enough physical and sexual attraction to the point of where if there's ever any chance of those two sleeping together. Then if the conversation is good and there's an emotional and mental connection happening, that full bond is there. And if you both feel that, why are you going to sit around for 2 or 3 months and pretend like that doesn't exist just because you don't want to be labeled as I'm somebody that sleeps with somebody on the first date? You see what I'm saying? I like to go with the natural flow of progression and whatever feels right. If it feels right to be intimate with somebody sooner, great. If it feels, naturally right for it to happen a little later on down the road, then that's fine too. It depends on the situation. But why sit there and try to manifest how you want that to go? Why not let the natural flow of progression take things where they're naturally supposed to go? Again, the problem with many women, even to this day, is that they don't want to be looked at as sluts. And realistically, women know if they want to sleep with you or if they feel that sexual desire towards you, just about as quickly as men do. Nowadays, women want the sexual attraction. Back in the days of traditionalism, women were dependent on a man for everything. So as long as a man had money, was okay looking, or even not the greatest looking, but was a great provider, was a good man, was a family man, women were attracted to that. But nowadays, because women are liberated and they don't need a man for anything, they can survive on their own, women, sexual attraction is, if not as important as it's always been to a man, even more important. So women know if they're sexually attracted to you pretty much immediately. So why delay something? Why delay something where if you do it 3-4 months down the road and then it's bad and then you no longer want to be together? Why take that long to find out that you're sexually incompatible and waste 4 months of your life? That's the way I look at it. Guys and gals, share your thoughts with me in the chat. Margarita Gonzalez, ha 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 ha. It is true. I agree with you, my friend. What do you agree with me specifically, Margarita? Let me know. It's a good topic, isn't it? Fonzo, these days women don't get called out. They are sluts because of equal rights. Well, what you're saying is they're not called sluts, man. They're not. Women have the same rights as men do. So if women want to have sex with men, to have casual sex, that's on them. Look, I'm a relationship type of guy. I don't go out and have one night stands. But I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives. I'm here to help people get what they want, regardless of what it is. And if all you want is a casual relationship, then, if you're a man that wants something casual, there are women out there that are looking for that. And there's a right and wrong way to approach it. That's okay. Now, I know most people here probably believe in the relationship and they want to feel there's something more than just sex before they have sex. That's okay. But everyone is different. I'm just here to help people accomplish what they want to accomplish, whether I agree with it or not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right, Fonzo. Fonzo, oh Lord, LOL, RJ, yeah. Sandra Palacio, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. My San Jose buddy from the South Bay here. Well, I don't know about breaking up if the sex is bad. I mean, can't one teach them or grow together? Sandra Palacio. Sandra, let me ask you a question. What do you look up to a man for? Do you feel as a woman you should have to teach a man anything? Or should a man already be a well-established man? Now, I'm not saying that I haven't learned from women or I can't learn from women. Yeah, you can learn new things. But the primary things, you shouldn't have to teach a man how to be intimate. He's either going to have it or he's not. And you know what? If you have to teach a man to be intimate, then how spontaneous is that? What if a man knew how to make love to you or be intimate with you? And, you had a great connection, a mental and emotional connection. And he seduced you properly because he really likes you and you really like him. He takes you to dinner. He takes you for a walk along the beach. Maybe he brings a couple of Duraflame fire logs and lights a campfire on the beach. And then you're out there on the beach and you're snuggling together. And then you go back to his place or your place. And he just says, you know what? I'm having a great time with you. I really like you. I'm really attracted to you. I got to be real with you. I just want you. And then he just goes in for the kiss and doesn't fear rejection. If you reject him, so be it. But if you're into him, you're going to want him to kiss you. You're going to want him to be the leader. You're going to want him to take action because that's what's going to attract you to him. He's being a man. Okay? He is the leader. He is the dominant one. And you're the submissive one that's being attracted to his dominance because he stands on his own. He doesn't need you for his happiness. And you're attracted to that. You see what I mean? So if you have to teach a man those things, is it going to be as exciting? Hey, babe, here's the hole. I want you to lick this. Maybe I shouldn't do those examples because somebody out there will cut that. I have lots of fans out there that chop up my videos and I guess put out what they like to call the best parts, right? Okay. But, if you have to tell a man, hey, babe, lick here, I mean, seriously, what if a man already knew the roadmap to your body and said, babe, I just want to make you feel good. I like being with you. I enjoy our conversations. I enjoy your company. And I just want you because I feel this magnetic connection. And then he just starts doing the things that you want him to do to you in the exact ways that you want them without you having to tell him. Isn't that more intriguing? I mean, when a man knows what he's doing, how much more exciting is that? Sandra Palacio. English teacher in France. Wait, is RJ the blind visionary? Yes, he is, English teacher in France. I've known him for well over a year. And you can enjoy your new friendship with RJ if you'd like. I'll leave it at that. He's an interesting cat, to say the least. Fonzo, homie LOL, Sandra Palacio, I mean, heck, I'd speak up if I wasn't being pleased. Yeah, but Sandra Palacio, here's the thing. If you speak up one time, and then the man, learns more about what you like, and he starts doing the right things, I can understand that. But if you have to speak up each and every time, and basically give him a roadmap to your body, what's that going to do for you? You're going to be like, what the fuck? Am I with a man? Or am I with a little boy here? Who am I with, right? Of course you'd speak up. You'd be annoyed because you expect the man to already know how to make love to you or have sex with you, right? That's the bottom line truth. You women deserve to have a man that knows what he wants. And you men deserve to have a woman that's great at her part on the flip side, right? Y2K homie, she would pop up anywhere I was on my Snapchat. Sorry. Simply Deep 1985 at A Grip on Life. I don't think sex should be on the first date, maybe on the second or third, unless it is a one-night stand kind of thing. A lot of relationships, Simply Deep 1985, start out as a one-night stand. That's what happens. But because maybe that intimacy was so great, and the conversation before and after the intimacy was great, and it created an emotional bond, and the intimacy more solidified it. It's not just based on the intimacy, it's based on the overall thing. I've seen situations like that through my friends, and I've even been in a few of those situations where it has turned into a great long-term relationship. But you make a good point. You said maybe on the second or third date. My advice to both men and women, but this more so goes to men, because some women play hard to get. If a woman's playing hard to get, you don't want to be with her because she's a woman that has resistance. You want a laid back, chill, successful woman with a great personality that's outgoing and open-minded to the possibilities. And if she dangles sex like a carrot, you don't want to be with a woman like that because then she's not with you for the right reasons. Okay? But in my opinion, for you guys out there, and this is how I feel about it, if there's no intimacy or sex by the second or third date with a woman, I'm out. Peace out. And it's not because that's all I want. It's because if things are going great after the first date, you're gonna keep seeing them. Like if they're not going great after a first date, you're not gonna continue seeing that person, and they're not gonna continue seeing you. But if you continue to see each other because you like how the first date went, and let's say you didn't sleep with each other on the first date, then that's gonna build off to the second date. There's gonna be more curiosity building up. Okay? And if there's no intimacy by the second or third date, in my opinion, one side or the other, or both sides, is just, I guess, not in the right place. I mean, who doesn't enjoy intimacy and who doesn't want intimacy? And why are you going to want to wait 3 to 6 months or 2-3 months to sleep with somebody to find out that they're not a good lover, and then you're going to leave them anyway? Look, if you have sex with somebody that you want to date, and you have sex with them early on, first, second, or third date, and it doesn't work out, it doesn't feel good, it's not a good sexual experience, you can still leave. That doesn't make you a slut, and it doesn't make you a bad guy if you don't want to continue past that experience. Because look, any which way you look at it, in order to make a relationship work, you have to have the mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical sexual connection. All of those 4 things need to be there. And if you have everything else and the sex is bad, it's just not going to go beyond that. It's not going to go beyond that. And if you're a woman that's going to continue to keep a guy around that you had bad sex with the first time you slept with them, even if it was early on, okay, you're only fooling yourself. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks, okay? You cannot teach a man to be sexually compatible with you. He's either sexually compatible with you or not, and you're either sexually compatible with him or not. Again, sex is just one out of 4 aspects, in my opinion, that I feel are important to make a relationship work or a marriage work. But even if one of those 4 things is missing, it's just not going to work. So why prolong finding out if you're fully compatible? Because of some stigma saying that sleeping with somebody on the first date is frowned upon. All right, folks, it's 2019 right now. Let's be real about this here. And women are way more open-minded nowadays, and women love sex. They may not come out and admit it. Some will come out and say, I love sex. And when I meet a woman like that I connect with on other levels and that I've dated before, and they say, I love sex, I'll be honest with you. I look at them like, that's a good thing. That's a very important part. I keep a straight face, right? I'm laughing right now, but I'll kind of play along with it and have fun with it. And then next thing you know, later on that night, it happens and it turns into a great relationship. You see what I'm saying? Let the natural flow of progression take things where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Margarita Gonzalez, okay, you told to have sex. I don't know what you mean by that, Margarita Gonzalez. Please be more clear. I'd love to answer all your questions. Fonzo, women that come from a traditional conservative household, even some of them will do it sneaky because they have sexual needs. Listen, even the conservative women out there are so, how do I say this? They feel they have to be so, what's the word, oppressed? They feel like they have to contain their sexual urge and desire that's natural because of the stigma, right? So then they have to be sneaky to go and get sex and not tell anyone about it. This is 2019. Who gives a shit? This is the new world we all live in. Let's just enjoy life in the way we want to enjoy it. Let's not put stigma on this stuff. But yeah, even the conservative women, okay? And the conservative women, because, they more so have been holding out, or let's talk about a conservative woman in general. If there's a conservative woman that was holding out, but her urges are building up deep within, that she wants that deep desire and passion of a man, okay? Once she has intimacy with that man, it's going to be incredible for the man and the woman because she's going to be so charged up. It's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. And that's some of the best sex right there that you can have, because they're finally letting go of what they have naturally been feeling for a long time, but they were afraid of the stigma, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the BS stigma that really no longer exists, folks, in the modern world. It no longer exists. My buddy A. Sisley behind the scenes says, gotta test drive the car before you buy it, bro. Excellent. Yeah, you gotta, look, you don't go and buy a car at the dealership without test driving it to make sure it runs, right? And then A. Sisley says, bareback and balls deep. Well, folks, look, that's another thing. If you're going to sleep with somebody initially, use a condom, use protection. I mean, I know some people out there just say, fuck it, I hate condoms. And the first time, they'll just do it the natural way. I mean, if you're going to go that route, be careful. You can never be 100% certain, but you know what? Make sure that the woman is a clean, good woman and the guy's a good, clean man. At least make sure the woman's on birth control or can't get pregnant unless you want to have a kid, unless you want to say, hey, you know what? I'm looking for somebody that I want to get pregnant on the first date. That'd be a bit crazy, but you know what I'm saying. But, we'll talk about that in a little bit as well, maybe the second half of the show. Condoms versus no condoms, birth control, all that type of stuff. Or maybe we can even do a separate show on that. Because let's be real, nobody really likes condoms. There's not a man on the fucking planet that likes condoms, to be honest with you. I mean, let's just be, I don't think women say they don't like condoms either. They don't. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Let's see. English teacher in France. It is true. He. And English teacher in France says, LOL, Alfonso, you have a point there. Okay, let me get a sip of my coffee before I read the next comment. Simply Deep 1985 says, add a grip on life. And if you do run into a sexually aggressive woman and want to get to that point right away, no matter where you are at, she has a high body count. Right, she's probably been with a bunch of men, and you don't know if she has disease. You don't know what her intentions are. You got to be real careful about that. Now, there are some women, like I said, like the conservative type of women that have held out. And then when they finally meet that right guy that per se charms the pants off of her, with his, mind and his emotional bond with her, that would make that woman very aggressive at that point, which would then be understood, But there are women out there that do play the field, and they just like a lot of sex with different men. There are men that do the same thing on the flip side. So you just got to be careful. You got to ask a lot of questions. You got to look before you're even going to go out with somebody and put yourself in a situation where sex may happen. You got to feel good that that person's a good person. And the way you find that out is maybe you have a phone conversation with them. If you meet them online, if you meet them at a bar, if you meet them at a restaurant, if you meet them at church, get their number, talk on the phone, and see how good of a conversationalist they are. Ask them questions and see how they answer them, and get a good feel of the type of person they are. You can tell if a man or a woman is cuckoo, just by having a conversation with them. And there are some people out there that will say, well, I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like to waste time. I just want to meet and see where it goes. When I've been encountered with people like that in the past, I say, well, you know what? If you don't want to take the time to get to know me, at least one call, then you know what? Good luck to you. Those are the types of people you want to stay away from. But if you have at least 1 hour long or 2 hour long conversation where you can have a deep, genuine connection and get to know each other besides the physical attraction you have, okay, then you get a better feel of whether that person is trustworthy or not. You got to go with your instinct. But some men out there, they're like, okay, the first hot piece of ass that's thrown in their lap, they're like a sick puppy dog. You know what I mean? And that shit never works out. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Margarita Gonzalez, yes, I'm everything, my friend. What do you mean by I'm everything? Sandra Palacio retracted a message she put. And another message she retracted. And let's see. Senator Palacio, by the way, I've never had a problem sexually with anyone. I was just making a general point, honestly. Yes, Sandra, you know why you have a problem is because you know what you want and you know what you're attracted to. And if you meet a guy, and let's say you're single and you meet a guy, you can look at him if you're physically attracted to him. You can ask him questions and see if there's more than a sexual connection. You know how to pre-qualify your men. I'm proud of you. You got to pre-qualify people. It's kind of like being pre-qualified for a car loan or a home loan. You got to pre-qualify people, okay? Because if you don't pre-qualify people, then you're going in blind is what I'm trying to say. And then there's a great chance of something going wrong. So, yeah, you pre-qualify people. And if you feel that bond, you can kind of tell if the sex would be good. Then you hang out with the guy and you see how the date goes. Maybe you go to lunch or dinner or have a picnic at the park. You spend time together. And then, if it feels right and he looks at you, you look at him, you start making out, and one thing leads to another, and you end up back at his place or your place, then you know it's going to be good. You know. You got to pre-qualify people that have a similar personality as you do. You just feel it. You can feel it. So I'm proud of you, Sandra, because I think you know exactly what you want, and you're not afraid to, allow what you want to come into your life. maybe even go after what you want. Some women are assertive, but most women want the man to approach him. Nothing wrong with a woman approaching a man nowadays, but in most cases, it's still the man that initially talks to the woman. And then once, if they start dating, then the man has done enough of the pursuing initially, then he backs off and he just waits for the woman to reach out and say, hey, when do you want to hang out? She'll say, and then you'll say, hey, when are you free to get together? Oh, you want to come over tonight? I miss you. Okay. What time you want me there? How about right now? I can't wait to see you. Okay, babe, I'll be right over. I can't wait to see you. Then you know what's going to happen when you get there. She'll be wearing some sexy lingerie and panties and, some Victoria's Secrets or something. And she'll be excited. And you'll be excited while you're driving over there. See how easy it is? Senator Palacio, hats off to you. You get it. You get it. Maybe you can help me teach other people how to understand this better. Crazy chick Sheena. Exactly. Well, what are you saying exactly to Sheena? Senator Palacio, but now you talk about sexual capability. That's a whole different ballgame. Different kinks. For example, sure. Some men are more capable than others. Some women are more capable than others. Everybody's different. But if you're not at least, a good lover at a general basis, on a general level, it's just not going to work. But additionally, after a while, if you're just having plain traditional intimacy, it gets boring as well. Even if that's good, you got to change it up. And that depends on the partner you're with. Women I've dated before, I change it up. I never do the same thing. Well, and of course, there's only so many things you can do, but I switch it up every time. I do different things. It's also the words I say. It's also the pace I'm doing sometimes, faster, slower, and maybe different positions, different. It doesn't have to only be in the bedroom. Different parts of the place. Sometimes maybe you're parked on some street that has no lights and nobody's around, and you do it in the back of your car. You got to make it exciting. You got to make it interesting. Like sometimes even the fear of getting caught is a big turn on, just like going for it. I've done that before. And, the woman I did that before in the past that I was dating, was worried about, getting caught, a policeman coming by. But once it started happening, she's like, I'm more turned on than I've ever been. Oh my God, it's so good. You're so amazing. As a man, you just got to be a good leader. You just, women are going to give you resistance, even if they like you. You just got to know how to handle that resistance and act accordingly. And it'll be great. Got to keep it interesting. It's me, Elena, at 8-Bit Reactor and at A Grip on Life. How are you and all in here? Doing quite well. We're talking about sex on the first date today. It's me, Elena. How much of this show have you heard? And it's me, Elena says, yes, if you need it, get it. You want a truth bomb? It's me, Elena. I'll give you another truth bomb. It's me, Elena. What do you mean by yes, if you need it, get it? Crazy chick Sheena says, but remember, society looks at a woman having sex freely as whores, whereas men get a free pass. Sheena, you missed what I said about 25 minutes ago. That's how it used to be. Now, there are some men and some people in society that will still call women whores and sluts in the modern world if they sleep around or have casual sex. But the majority of normal, average, everyday people understand this is 2019, and that doesn't exist anymore. So as a woman, if you're a good woman, you got to get that shit out of your head and just do whatever makes you happy. If you want to have sex with somebody and you like them, they like you, even if it's casual and you're both okay with that, as long as it's okay, do what makes you feel good. Don't allow society and society stigmas to override what you really want. Go after what you really want. But I understand what you're saying. A lot of women today still feel that way, but many of them don't. Many realize, heck, I'm liberated. I have the same rights as a man, you know. So if I want to sleep around, I can sleep around. So if men were called studs. If men were called studs, okay, and we're liberated now, instead of us being called sluts, let's call ourselves studettes. Studettes, right? I don't have a problem if a woman wants to call herself studette. It's equal, you know. It's an equal world that we live in nowadays, and it's great as long as people understand it and don't allow the society stigma to get to you. Who cares what other people think about what you enjoy doing? Do what you enjoy, and if you enjoy casual sex until you figure out what you want, you know, with something real, do what makes you happy as long as you're aware of it and the other person that you're doing it with is on the same page as you're on. The problem I have is that a lot of men will manipulate women into sleeping with them, making the woman believe like it's going to be a relationship. And then they have sex with the woman once or twice, and then they block her, and then they never talk to her again. That's really fucked up. If you're going to have casual sex, be open and honest about it. There are plenty of people out there today that are into that, you know, at least for the time being, until they figure out, you know, what they really want in a relationship and when they're ready for one, right? It's me, Elena. Yes, of men do it. It is okay, but women, no, we must be pure. It's me, Elena. I think you're around my age, in your 40s, I believe. You're Gen X. You come from the old school. Women nowadays, even girls in high school and college, they're stronger than the men are. Like, these women want to have sex. They crave sex. But at the same time, they also want to get a degree and get a career and don't have time for a relationship, but their young bodies are biologically, programmed to create babies and have intimacy, right? So these women, they want sex, and many of them, because guys are not even really guys anymore nowadays. Guys in high school and in college, are behaving more submissive than masculine. More submissive than dominant. So the women are more dominant, and they're asking the guys out, and they're making the moves. And sometimes women might just want to have sex once or twice or occasionally because they want to satisfy that aspect and then go back to focusing on what they currently want, which is a degree and, again, their career. And then later on in life, when they're settled in their job, then they're going to look for the man to settle down with. But nowadays it's different. Women, out of high school and in their early 20s, most of them are not looking for a relationship or marriage, but they still have sexual needs. It's just the truth. It's a different world we live in. But yeah, you and I are from the old school. It's me, Elena. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. It's me, Elena. Yes, be safe. Absolutely. Sandra Palacio, there are so many branches to this topic. Absolutely. Crazy Chick Sheena says, Sandra, true. It goes all over the place in sexy topic. Lucy Franzese, only bang financially stable women, never settle for hood bunnies. Yeah, because it's funny. Like, I've seen this happen to guy friends and other people. Some women are broke as hell, but they're very attractive. So they'll get together with a very financially stable man, and they'll seduce that man, and they'll say, don't use a condom, I'm on the pill. Don't use a condom, I'm on the pill. And they're not on the pill. So they start having sex, and then the guy completes the deposit. We know how it works, ladies and guys, right? Okay. Next thing you know, a month or two later, I'm pregnant. Well, I thought you were on the pill. Well, it's not 100% effective. What are we going to do? I don't believe in abortion. And she trapped the guy, right? You got to be careful of that shit. That shit happens too. You got to be real careful, because let me tell you, when you have a beautiful woman, in the moment that wants you in that way and says, "Oh, I'm clean. I don't use a condom. I'm on the pill," and they do all these things in the heat of the moment. It's like you're a guy. You're looking at boobies. You're looking at nice hair, beautiful eyes, nice ass. You're looking at this whole thing, and you're like, right? I mean, guys, tell me you have not been in one of those situations, right? Tell me you haven't been in one of those situations. Stay clear of those types of men, says Lucy Franzese, and women too, Lucy. English teacher in France says, hello at Lucy Franzese, how are you? Crazy Chick Sheena says, and never give the coochie to a loser, broke, joke guy. Ooh. Yeah, but you also have to be careful, Sheena, because some men, are actually broke-ass losers, but they can play it off like they're very well off. So if you're a woman and a man, pre-qualifying the person that you're going to date, be intimate with, or have a relationship with, or whatever, right? You gotta talk. You gotta have you have to always communicate, even once you're in the relationship, if it gets there. But before you even go on a date, if you meet them online, at church, at a bar, get their number and say, let's have a conversation. I'd love to get to know you. Let me know when you have an hour of time to talk. And if they're not willing to give you that hour of time to talk, just say, well, I really want to get to know you, before we keep going forward. See, if a woman really likes you and wants to get to know you, she'll give you an hour of her time. If she doesn't give you that hour, then she's not looking for something genuine. Maybe she's looking for a one-night stand. Maybe she's looking to extract your resources, a man. You got to do a good job of pre-qualifying people, whether you're a man or a woman, and moving forward from somebody as quickly as possible by identifying they're not the right person, if that's the case. In today's day and age, we call that ghosting. Like, let me tell you something. I've been ghosted many times in the past, and I've ghosted many people. I'm 45 years old, and I ghost people all the fucking time. If they're not worth my time, I don't want to be bothered by them. I want to focus on what's going to work, not what hasn't worked, right? So figure out if, that's a good enough person to go even on a first date with by pre-qualifying them. And if not, ghost them. Move on. Or say, hey, look, it's not going to work for me. I'm sorry. I don't get that feeling based on our conversation. Best of luck to you. And then end the conversation, and then immediately block them, because some people may try to crazily call you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. What else do we have? I'm going to take a break in a few minutes, folks. Y2K homie, I once had sex in a boat parking lot. That's awesome, bro. You know what, dude? I'm going to give you a big fucking round of applause for that. Whoa, I just blew you up, bro. Sorry about that. Here we go. Big round of applause. That's pretty hot, man. You were rocking the boat, huh, man? Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Yeah. Rock the boat. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where did I leave off? The chat kind of went off for a second here. Okay. Lucy Franzese, that's the majority of men, a lot of women as well. Sheena says, Crazy Chick Sheena says, remember, sex can pay the bills, or what are those emojis, like sad emojis? How can sex pay the bills? What do you, Sheena, you got to be more clear with what you're saying, because I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I can try to guess and assume what you mean, but I'm not going to go there. Sheena furthermore says, it is okay to base sex on how he looked. No, that's part of it. Sheena, look, you're a nice woman, but if you were not physically attracted to your husband at all, you wouldn't be with him. Women today, no matter how nice they are and how sweet they are and how traditional they are, they want to be as sexually attracted to their man as the man wants to be sexually attracted to them. sexual attraction, from what I've noticed in the modern world compared to how it used to be, is an absolute must for women. That's not the only thing, but that has to be there. You could have the most money. You could have, you could be the nicest guy in the world. Okay, you could be emotionally stable. You can have everything else, great family life, etc. You can have everything else and even be a good lover. But if there's no physical attraction, okay, it's just not going to work. Let's be real about it. Ladies, you don't have to sit here and pretend to be nice because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. That's how ladies are. They're emotional beings. They don't want to tell men the truth. So you kind of have to figure that out on your own, guys, when they're not interested. But we're talking here, Sheena, and the bottom line is it okay to base sex on how he looks? That's a part of it. It's not everything, but that is a part of it. Any which way you look at it, if you're not physically attracted to that person, then how can you even look at them when they're making love to you or having sex with you, or you're having sex with them or making love with them? Seriously. Lucy Franzese, just bypass the bullshit altogether. Do the dinner test. If she attempts to grab her wallet, she's a keeper. Well, Lucy, I listen, I'm traditional in that way. Number one, I used to take women in my younger days out to dinner for a first date. I don't do that anymore. You know what I do? I have them meet me at the park, or I meet them at a park near their area, and I go on a walk with them for an hour and a half. Because you're going to know if chemistry's there or not, right? Okay? And if it's not there, you go your way, she goes her way. And even if you drove half an hour to meet her, if she lives outside of your area, because sometimes you're not going to meet someone, in your immediate area, especially with online dating nowadays, you at least got a good workout. You got something out of it. And you didn't spend any money. The only money you spent was maybe, the gas you spent, or if you have to cross a bridge like I do sometimes, the bridge toll. But that's far cheaper than going to dinner, right? For me, I don't take women out to dinner or do anything that involves money on the first date. And it's a shit test. It's a shit test. Because in the past, I've told women, let's meet at the park. Let's make it simple. And they're like, well, I'm usually guys take me to dinner on a first date, or, I like to go to dinner or something like that. Well, I'm not going to take you to dinner until I get to know you. It's not that I don't have the money. It's, the moment they say that, like if I'm talking to a woman, or in the past when I've talked to a woman, like say through Match.com, and we're talking about what to do on a first date, the moment they bring up, dinner, after I say, hey, let's meet at a park, let's just do a nice walk. It's casual, no expectations, and we'll get some good exercise. Most of them agreed. A few of them every now and then will try to get the dinner out of it. Those are the women you stay away from. Because if a woman truly wants to get to know you, it's not going to be because she wants to be pampered. It's because she truly wants to get to know you. So that's what I do. Hey, let me meet you at a park in your area. We'll take a nice walk and we'll see where things go. Okay, great. And again, if it doesn't work, you go your way, she goes her way, and boom. You got good exercise. You got your walk in for the day. Either way, you can't lose, right? If you take a chick to dinner, right? And then, at the very end, she says, well, I had a great time. And I said, okay, I had a great time too. All right, give me a call sometime, right? You can kind of feel, like when a woman wants to see you again, you can kind of tell by her body language. She smiles at you. She'll try to touch you, at least, even not in a sexual way, but at least try to touch your arm or something. You got to look for the signs. Okay? It's not always going to happen. So why are you going to go take a woman out to dinner when you don't know how the chemistry is going to be? And if you spend $80, $100+ on dinner, and then boom, it doesn't go anywhere, you're going to be like, fuck, I just bought this chick dinner for nothing, right? Don't put yourself in that position until you get a second or third date. Now, if you get a second or third date, that's a different story. Quite honestly, in all honesty, like, and this is going to sound bad, ladies. I'm going to be real with you here. In most cases, I will not take a woman to an expensive dinner until after I've had sex with her. Because once she has sex with me, I know that she's into me beyond my money. So it's not that I want to have sex. It's basically my shit test of saying, do you really like me for me, or are you here to extract my resources or my money? Right? So that's how I feel about that. Let's see here. Fonzo, Lucy, but some will just manipulate you, that you think she's a keeper if she pays for dinner. No, if a woman offers to pay for dinner on the first date, and it's happened to me before, okay, I can tell by the look in her eyes if she's testing me or if she's being genuine. And whenever it's happened to me, it's been genuine. But if it's if it's a second or third date or so and that happens, I'll say, look, no, I'm a traditional guy. I know this is the modern world. I'm a traditional guy. Let me take you out tonight, and you can take me out in the future sometime. How's that? Well, really, I would love to pay for this. You're such a great guy. I want to show you I'm really into you. You don't have to prove that you're into me by spending your money on me. This is more about than just money. I just enjoy being here with you, and I'm a gentleman. I'm traditional, right? Now, you handle it that way. You're a confident man. You're still being a gentleman. You're not being a pussy. Guess what happens? You're walking out of the restaurant. She's on your arm, and she can't let go of your arm because she's feeling your strength as a man. You stood up for yourself, and you did the right thing. You were a gentleman, but you were not a pussy either. Next thing you know, you go to the car, she jumps over and starts kissing you, and she says, take me home with you. And then I know exactly what she means by that, but I'll play dumb. What do you mean by that? Take me home with you. Can you be a little more clear? Because I was born yesterday. You got to fuck around with them too a little bit, right? You got to play dumb like you don't know what she's talking about, but you know deep down inside she wants to hop on and ride the cowboy, right? Or ride the horsey, right? You see, that's what us men like to call game. You got to have a little game. It doesn't mean you're a game player, but you got to have some game. You got to make your woman laugh. You got to be lighthearted and have playful fun. Okay? And something that's going to get me in trouble for saying this, but sometimes you got to treat your woman like a bratty little sister. You got to call her out and you got to make it fun for her. Women want things to be fun, lighthearted, and interesting. And they want to wonder about what's going to happen next. That's what turns on a woman. You have to understand that. If she can't afford it and knows she can't run. Okay. Good point, Lucy. Y2K homie, I once had sex in the boat parking lot. We already got to that. That's pretty cool, bro. Sandra Palacio. Ciao, everyone. Got to get ready for job number 2. Great topic. We'll be listening. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much for being here. At some point, I'd love to get you on one of my hangout panels. I think that would be great. Simply Deep 1985 says, and once I get through this, I'm going to take a quick break, folks, for about 5-6 minutes and then come back for another 45 minutes and continue because this is very interesting. If anyone wants to join me on Hangouts, you can. If not, I'm just going to continue talking about this on my own. It's a good topic. It's a great topic. Simply Deep 1985 says, add a grip on life. I knew you had a little bit of risk taker in you. LOL. Wow, in the car, especially in a state of undress. LOL. Come on, bro. You think all these people think I'm this square motherfucker, right? I mean, listen, I get bored myself. I like to spice things up. I have a lot of experiences that I haven't shared with all you folks yet. And as my channel continues to grow and things continue to, evolve out here, you're going to learn more about these stories. Oh, so now I'm down back to 496 subscribers. Interesting. I lost all the subscribers I gained earlier. I don't understand. Somebody out there is telling people to unsubscribe from me. And I think it's Flat Earth Forums and these other people. This is unreal. I'll tell you what, I'm making a decision right now that I am completely, with the exception of James Cox and supporting I Am a Creator, I am no longer going to be supporting any other growth streams or glorified sub streams. I've tried to do it the right way, and I look at the numbers, like whatever I gain is gone. And I gained these subscribers the right way by engaging with these people and talking with them in the chat and communicating with them genuinely. It's not worth it. I'm done. It's a waste of fucking time. Unbelievable. So, yeah, someone's playing games out there, and that's fine. You guys don't want me to be a part of that community. No big deal. You can have it. You guys have no content without it. And once you go back to creating your real content, all your subscribers and supporters and people that are donating to you guys right now are going to leave. Karma is going to get you in the end. It's only a matter of time. Karma has no deadline. Simply Deep 1985 furthermore says, add a grip on life. If she's the aggressive one, she might get you out of your clothes and throw them out the car window. I've never had a woman that aggressive where she would throw the clothes out the window, but let me tell you, I've had some girlfriends that we were really into each other, and she would initiate sex a lot. Like a lot of times I would, because see, women want the man to initiate it because it turns them on. They want the man to be a man. But after you've been together with somebody for a while and the woman knows that you're just cool and you're capable of initiating shit, she'll initiate shit because she wants to feel your strength and she wants to show you that you deserve to have her initiate things every now and then as well. And you just balance it out. Keep it fun. Keep it interesting, right? That's it. Crazy Sheena says, and some men make females feel like their sex only matters. And Eli, I agree. Yeah, everybody's different. I'm talking about, I'm speaking here generally, Sheena, how things are in the modern world compared to how it used to be. It's not the same. Okay? There have always been good and bad people in this world. And even though this world has evolved to the way it is today, as crazy as it is, there are still good and bad people. What I'm more so catering this topic to are the good people out there. And I'm saying, look, there's nothing wrong with being intimate with somebody, even on a first date if it feels right, or a second date if it feels right. Don't let the stereotypes and don't let, society dictate what is right for you as an individual. You make that choice on your own. You do what makes you feel good. As long as you know what you're getting into and what you're doing, then don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Just do what you got to do. Be you. Be yourself. Be the real you. That's it. Sheena says, furthermore, exactly, Eli, exactly getting the, and run, I've seen it before. I think you were talking about what I was talking about earlier regarding being with a woman that says she's on birth control and she's not. I think you were talking about that. Sheena, I don't, sometimes when you write things and I don't get to it right away because I've had a lot of comments to respond to in the chat today. I'm not sure what you're referring to. You can let me know if you'd like. Sheena says, and not being racist, but black men are good at leaving after sex. Sheena, let me be honest with you. Any man is good at leaving after sex. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Men are men. Listen, some men are pigs, Sheena. Sheena, here's the thing. Like, you're part African American, right? And I don't know if your husband's African American or not, or you've dated African American men before. Okay? But maybe that's what your experience has been because that's your race. Listen, there are white men that leave after sex. There are black men that leave after sex. There are there are black women and white women that leave after sex when the man wants her to stay around. I mean, it's different for each individual. Now, I understand the stereotypes. Maybe they have some truth to them, or maybe in the past they had some truth to them, but it doesn't really matter anymore because the world's a new place. And you just have to understand when you're getting involved with people nowadays what you're up against. That's all I'm trying to share with people here. But no, I get what you're saying, Sheena. You're very traditional and very old school like me. So I totally respect and appreciate what you're bringing to this conversation. Similar evil. Damn, I'm late. Well, you can check out the replay, dude. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting show today. Lucy Francis, yeah, don't fall for that shit. I fell for it once, went back to only dating women within the Congdon area. What is the Congdon area? Lucy Francis. Let's see. Let me see here. How can you really see if he is broke? If everyone have a credit and is 200,000 in minus, LOL. You can't. You can't even do a background check for that. Financial information is private. You have to ask people, look into their eyes, and sometimes you have to take chances, bro. Like, you got to take chances if you want to have somebody in life. But take your best chances. Ask people questions. And I've asked women some pretty personal questions on a first phone conversation if I've met them from Match.com or somewhere else in person, right? But they're questions that she would ask me as well, so I want her to answer. And if a woman says, well, you're getting a bit too personal now, you're asking too many questions. This happened to me many times in the past. Hey, man, look, what is this, 20 questions? What is this, an interview? And when a woman tells me that, I say, you know what? It is a fucking interview. I'm here to see if you're even worthy of me going on the first date with you. And based on your attitude right now of saying what you just said and the way you said it, I'm going to end this conversation. Best of luck to you. Bye. I hang up on her, and then I block her number from my phone. That's the way you fucking handle that. Okay? But you got to ask a lot of questions because the right woman's not going to be afraid to answer any question. A woman trying to hide something or a man trying to hide something is going to try to act guarded. I'm telling you, folks, pre-qualify the people out there. You're gonna have a much better chance. Is a guarantee it's going to work? No. But it's going to give you a better chance. And it will also allow you to leave something that you may be involved in sooner before it gets too late. And then you're really deep into it and it's harder to get out. Such as moving in together. You got to be real certain if you're going to do that or even get married. Sheena says, if I am paying everything all the time, he's broke. LOL. Okay. Lucy Franzese says what she said. Fonzo says, Sheena, maybe he is just saving his money. Maybe he's a smart dude. He's like, shit, you know what? I'm not going to invest any money until I'm certain this woman's not after me just for my resources or my money, right? I get it. Y2K Homie says, I drink wine and ain't bread after that. All right. Whatever that means. It's all good to me. All right. I'm going to take a quick break, folks, for about 5-6 minutes, and I'm going to come back probably for another 35 minutes to 45 minutes or so. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go when I get back. We're not getting the biggest turnout here today. We got 14 people here, and maybe this is the time of day where a lot of people are not here. A lot of the regulars aren't here today. So, but we still have 14 people, and that's really not bad. It's really not bad. So let me just cue up some music. Let me just cue up some music. Give me a second. All right, folks, enjoy the music, and I will be back in about 5 to 7 minutes. All right. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. I'm glad you could all join me here today. We have a very interesting topic we've been discussing. We're going to get back to that for another maybe 30 minutes or so, then we're going to wrap things up here. We're talking about sex on a first date, and is it really that bad to do it after all? Well, it's your choice. You know, you have many options nowadays. The world's a different place, and you shouldn't worry about what anyone else thinks about any decision that you make. But you should also make the best decisions possible, you know, in the most, honest, ethical, and genuine ways at the same time. As long as you're not out there to hurt people, do what you gotta do that makes you feel good about yourself, because that's what's gonna make other people feel good around you as well. It's just plain and simple. I wish more people would understand that. But before we get back to the topic, I want to address something here once again. I'm very, very disappointed. And I've been talking about this for a while, but I'm going to keep talking about it. And I think I got to do some more streams regarding this. And I got to really start making some noise, because, we've got 13 people in the box here right now. And look, I'm not disappointed at the turnout, but I'm just disappointed at, the amount of effort I've been putting into my channel, and the way the growth has been kind of fluctuating all over the place. And, I provide some great content here. I put a lot of effort into it in high quality, and to not get the traction that I feel I should be getting for the amount of effort, the legitimate effort I'm putting into it, is disturbing. And I honestly feel there are reasons for that beyond what I'm doing. And I think it all stems back to this sub for sub frenzy with these, channels that are running glorified networking forums that, like I say, are called sub for sub forums. It seems like all these small YouTubers would rather go to these glorified sub for sub forums and build empty subscribers rather than viewing real content. There's really not a whole lot of real content out there on YouTube right now. And our audience, you let me know, and I'll get to that point in the chat. I still have to catch up on some questions and statements you folks are making regarding the topic at hand here today, sex on the first date. But I will get to those. These questions as well. But honestly, folks, have you noticed a lack of good content or lack of any content on YouTube lately? What are you out here for? Are you out here to go and watch streams of channels fraudulently connecting to each other and having a live stream creator jump up and down like a fucking used car salesman and say, all right, let's get Lucy to 500 subs today. Lucy has 490. Let's make sure we get Lucy to 500 today. 10 more subs for Lucy. Let's get Lucy 10 more empty subscribers. And people are drawn to those streams. But if they didn't have those options, they wouldn't do that. They would be doing things the right way. I just feel people are being misled and misguided, and it's affecting really good content creators such as myself from growing properly. We need people to grow. We need collaborations to grow. We need engagement and interaction to grow. But when there are a bunch of people out there that are harming, in my opinion, the entire ecosystem for small YouTubers, I'm going to say something about it, because honestly, folks, look, before this frenzy took off over the past 2-3 months, my channel was growing slowly and steadily. Now, it's come to a halt. I've networked with some of these people, and I've been very careful with who I connect with. But even as careful as I've been, these people are full of shit. They subscribe, they unsubscribe. They may come one time and never come back, or they don't come at all. They don't collaborate at all. And I just don't get it. Something needs to be done about this, because look, I'll be honest with you folks, I'm going to keep moving forward and doing my thing here, but it's hard for me to have to accept, what's going on here, because I put a lot of work into this. I take a lot of time to do this. And you got to be honest, folks. When you're running a YouTube channel at the level I run it, if it doesn't gain traction and make money, it's not sustainable to keep running it. So, and Lucy said, let's be honest, the majority of content sucks. That's why I only follow you, JB, and like 4 others. No, I understand that, man. But look, I love having you here, Lucy, and I love having the other people that are here right now. We got 14 people here, but that's not enough to sustain this channel. And as long as there are other people circumventing the system and doing this shady shit they're doing with these sub forums, it harms good YouTubers like me that have an actual message. No one wants to come and support a real message anymore. They'd rather go do sub for sub, thinking that that's going to get their channel where it needs to go. The point of coming out here on YouTube is to share your message, spread your message, and reach people and touch people emotionally and to entertain people and do stuff like that. Those sub for sub streams don't do any of that. They don't. They don't. So something needs to be done about it. You know, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Because it just seems like that's what people want to do nowadays. They want to try to shortcut things. What they don't realize is that the way they're doing it's not going to get them anywhere. And quite honestly, I just wish YouTube would shut them all down. Again, there's only one person that does it right, and that's James Cox. I'm going to be supporting him. And we're going to, really truly try to help small channels grow the right way. But these other people that are doing it, Flat Earth Forums, Pusha Studios, Tree Trimmer 82, and many of these other people that have connected through, it all stems back to them meeting from James Cox's channel a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, but then they branched off, did their own thing. Now they're all doing sub for sub streams, and none of them are creating any real content. I have not seen any real content through any of these small creators. I have not seen any real content out here. I want to see real content. I've had to go back to watching mainstream media content because for the time being right now, it's more engaging and entertaining, and I enjoy it more than content out here on YouTube. Because creators are not creating anymore. The small creators are not creating anymore. And it's sad. So we got to do something about it. Sandra, it's not you or anyone else here. I'm speaking in general. Sandra Palacio says, sometimes I'm listening while in the car or working so I can't interact. I'm drawn to personality and content. I understand that. You're good. Everyone here is good. What I'm saying is that there are other people out there that are doing these glorified sub for sub networking streams, and they are harming the entire small YouTuber ecosystem. They're harming everything because people have no patience or time to come in and watch a real stream where they can learn something and truly support a real creator. They're going and they're supporting a fraudulent creator that, couldn't gain traction from his or her regular message. So they started doing sub for sub streams, and then they got all this fake traction. And these people are making money doing it. Now, that's going to be short-lived. It's going to die down after a while. But for right now, these people are making super chats and donations for basically, promising the people that are following them a false promise that they're going to grow their channel that way. No one's going to fucking watch their channel once they start putting out their regular content. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. It just really, I really wish YouTube would do something about it. But they're not. So I said what I had to say, and we're going to move forward. Let's move forward here. Let's go back to where we left off with the topic, sex on the first date. Lucy Franzese says, never chase the women's regardless of the signs, arm grabbing, and CNC. What's CNC, bro? No, you never chase a woman. But if a woman gives you the signs that she's interested by brushing up against your arm and stuff, If you play your cards right and you're a good guy, that means she wants you intimately and she wants to be with you for the right reasons. A woman's not going to touch you unless she's into you. That's a good thing, Lucy. Now, you don't want to sit there and say, hey, why are you touching me? You don't fucking do that. You have to understand that she's touching you lightly because she wants to feel your presence. She wants to feel your body. She's feeling a connection with you, and she is telling you, in other words, without having to tell you, that she wants you to be a man and she wants you to show her what true love and happiness is about, or what romance intimacy is about. And if she does that, maybe you look at her and give her a smile, and say, hi, you're having a good time, aren't you? And she'll be like, yeah, why do you say that? Well, I don't think you'd be brushing my arm if you weren't. Have a little fun with her. Oh, I don't know, I feel your presence and I'm enjoying being with you. I haven't met a guy like you. I haven't met a woman like you. How about we, let me get the check, and how about we go take a walk along the beach? Take the walk along the beach, and now your arms are around each other, right? And then you walk down a half a mile, and then you stop, and then you look at her. I'm like, you're really beautiful. And you just go in for the kiss. And she's either going to turn the cheek, or if she's brushed up against you, she's not going to reject the kiss. You start kissing her, you make out with her for a little bit, then you keep on walking. Then you stop, every, little bit, and then you just make out with her a little more. Build the anticipation. Build it. It's taking ownership. It's taking leadership. It's being a leader. It's just being a good, cool dude. You're not being desperate, but you're not being a pussy either. You're not afraid to go after what you want, but you're not desperate about it, and you're not chasing her. She's practically, with her signals she's sending you, if you can read them, she's practically begging you to say, I want you inside me, without having to say it. She'd feel weird saying that. So she's going to tell you in different ways, and you have to understand how to read the fucking signs. It's the bottom line. Sheena says, Crazy Chick Sheena says, that works both ways, Eli. What if no sex until dinner and a movie, a walk in the mall? Well, that's fine. Look, maybe you could bring her over to your place and have dinner. Here's the thing. The bottom line is, this is what a man's job is, in my opinion. Okay? Is to create, and then Coach Corey Wayne, who I follow as well, says this as well. Your job as a man is to create a fun-filled opportunity for sex to happen. Okay? So that means you got to put yourself in a position where there's an opportunity for you two to get close. So instead of taking her out to dinner, maybe say, hey, would you like to come over? Now, first date, typically women are not going to come over. But maybe the second date, hey, how would you like to come over? I'd like to cook you dinner. Well, don't you think it's too soon for me to come to your place? I'm not that kind of girl. They might throw that at you, right? But they want to see how you're going to respond to it. And you say, hey, look, I'm not expecting anything. I just want to cook dinner for you. I haven't cooked dinner for anyone in a while, and I think you're really special. And I think it would be a lot more meaningful if I cooked you dinner and then took you out to dinner. Let me do something special for you, unlike anything any other guy's done for you. You do that for me? Absolutely. Okay. When should I be over? Well, come over here. Here's my address. Boom. Then she comes over, you cook her dinner, and then you're sitting on the couch watching a movie afterwards, and guess what happens? Look, the moment she agrees to come to your place, she knows she's putting herself in a situation where sex is possible. You got to be smart about it, guys. You got to put yourself in a position where something is possible to happen. If you put yourself in a position like a restaurant, and let's say she meets you at the restaurant, okay, that dinner ends, and boom, she heads off to her car, she's gone. But if she agrees to come over to your place on the second date for dinner, she's basically saying, I feel comfortable enough being there. Now, if she says she won't come, I'd rather go out to dinner. Say, well, I'm not really up for dinner. I'm not really up for going out tonight, doing something. I've been going out a lot lately with friends. I just kind of wanted to chill and hang out at my place and cook dinner. But if it doesn't work for you, give me a call in 2 to 3 weeks, and maybe, I'll be up for going out to dinner at that time or doing something, at that time. Right? Put it back in her. And when she hears that, if she's really into you and she knows the only way she's going to be able to spend time with you is by coming over and having her cook dinner or having you cook dinner for her, then she'll probably come. And if she doesn't come, then you move on. You gotta, it's kind of like playing poker, guys and gals. You gotta maximize your winnings and minimize your losses. You gotta find out as soon as possible if someone's really into you, or if they're stringing you along, or maybe they just got out of a relationship and they're trying to take things really slow and they're not in the right space emotionally to be dating anyone. Someone that's ready to be with somebody is going to be open to anything and wouldn't have a problem with that. That's just my opinion. Lucy Francis, always study the eyes. Yeah, when women have those, I call them the horny eyes. They're called the horny eyes in my opinion. Like when women have those starstruck gazing eyes and they're staring at you and they can't stop looking at you. No disrespect, ladies. Those are called the fuck me eyes. A woman's not going to come out and, well, some will, but a lot of them will not come out and say fuck me. But their eyes will tell you that. You got to read that. In their head, they're thinking, if you're taking too long to make your move, they're going to be thinking, what the fuck is this guy waiting for? The sunrise? I don't have all night. I want you. I want this guy. What more do I have to do? Tell them to take my clothes off? They're not going to fucking do that, but they're going to give you the signs. You got to read the fucking signs. Women are emotional beings, and they fear rejection. And that's normal for them. They want you to be the leader and take charge. Even if they say they want to take charge, they don't want to take charge. Trust me. The moment that you allow them to take charge is the last time you will ever see them, or they will ever see you. It's just the way it works. Easy with the sugar. They tell me I'm sweet enough or something like that. I don't know what you meant by that, Lucy, but let's go on. Oh my God, really, Eli? LOL. What do you mean by that, Sheena? English teacher in France. Bye, everyone. Gotta sleep. Thank you for stopping by, English teacher in France. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Similar Evil says, what? You're not a virgin? Hee hee. Come on, similar Evil. Crazy Chick Sheena says, English teacher, good night. Good night, English teacher in France. It's all games, says Lucy. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a game, Lucy. It's just women are emotional beings, and they want to be 100% sure that they're with the right person. Your job as a man is to give them that certainty in the way that they'll respond to it. Okay? So basically, you got to be cool. You got to be laid back. You got to be yourself. Women are going to test you. They're going to do certain things to see if you're strong enough to be with them. But if you're also a good and trustworthy guy at the same time, you got to know how to handle your shit. You got to be cool. You just got to be cool. And if you're cool and laid back and you know what to say at the right time and know how to escalate things, trust me, it'll go great. But some guys just don't know how to escalate things properly, and they're in a hurry. Like even in a situation where a guy could possibly, get intimacy on a first date, you got to be patient. You can't meet the woman and then 10 minutes later be all over her. You got to be cool and laid back. You got to show her that, hey, it's just great to hang out with you. We're just hanging out. Look good, look sexy. Look into her eyes and say, yeah, nice to see you here. It's really nice to meet a decent, normal woman for once. And she'll say, like, what do you mean? What kind of women have you encountered? And then you say, well, you don't want to know, and I don't really want to focus this conversation on talking about other women that don't matter right now, because you're the only lady that matters right now. Right? And you say that with confidence, you give her a little smile, and you look at her in the eye, and she's like, wow, this man's a real fucking charmer. Yes, I am. And that's the beginning right there. And if you keep on, saying the right things with your mouth, your tone of voice, your body language is responding naturally. Women can tell the slightest variation when your body language is off. They can tell if you're nervous. They can tell if you're bullshitting. You just got to be laid back and be like, fuck, I don't give a fuck what happens tonight. You know what? If you like me, that's great. If you don't, that's great. I'm a catch. I know I'm a catch. And in your head, you got to be like, this woman would be stupid and crazy to not be with me. Because when you think that you're going to radiate that towards her, she's going to pick up on that. That's going to make you more attractive and more appealing. And it's going to give you a better chance to take it to where you want to take it, right? All right? Senator Palacio says, don't worry about the numbers, Eli. People come and go. If they don't want to be here with us, let them go. Karma, baby. Now, I understand that, Sandra, but you got to understand that I'm running this as a business. And it has to be feasible for me as well. The amount of time and effort I put into it, I'm not expecting this channel to blow up to 1 million subscribers or even 1,000 subscribers. But I expect to see slow and steady growth. And right now, I'm seeing zero growth. I've seen zero, besides the people I've met through networking, the ones that have stuck around, I've seen zero organic growth on this channel for almost 2 months now. I'm being honest with you. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I've been focusing on these networking forums for a little while. I don't know if it is because I got rid of 2 other very negative communities all of a sudden, and they all unsubscribed, and they've all been downvoting my videos, and maybe that's affecting the YouTube algorithm. I don't know what it is. Again, I'm not expecting to skyrocket the subscribers, but I have not seen even the very slow and steady growth I was initially getting. So I'm trying to reevaluate things. I'm trying to change things up, get more interesting and engaging topics. I figured this would be a great topic that would get a great crowd, and it's not happening. Also, you got to understand that there have been people behind the scenes that have been stealing my content. People used to, relay my live streams on their channels as they're happening live. Now, who knows what they're doing behind the scenes? Maybe they're relaying my live streams with an unlisted link or a private link to their audience, which is affecting me. I mean, I've been through so many things here to try to get this channel on the right track. And yes, I do feel I'm doing the right thing. And anyone else putting in the effort at the level I'm putting into it by this point would be at least a little further ahead than I'm at. Like I honestly feel that something has cursed my channel. And, it sucks, but I'm just being real. I'm not worried per se, but it is about the numbers, Sandra. You have to understand that I love everybody here, including you. You're a great person. I have a lot of love for everyone that's here, and I'm going to keep doing this. But just having this core group of people here is not going to get me where I want to get to. Plus, nobody's donated to me at all lately. And I'm not trying to complain about that. I'm just saying that maybe some of you don't have money. Maybe you don't feel the need to donate, I need to find the right audience that's going to support this channel and keep it going. I don't work for free. And I give enough away for free as it is. But here's the thing. Even the people that are currently here that have been a part of my channel, for the last month or two or longer, if you folks really like this content and you want to support this channel, I would appreciate if you could consider making a donation in any amount. I haven't mentioned that today, but I'll mention it now. Nightbot will be sharing my link every 6 minutes. He just shared it right now, paypal.me/Coach Eli. You can make a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you're receiving. You can also add a note of any length, and I'll read that note live on the air. Unless within that note you request to remain anonymous, I will respect your privacy. I don't dox anybody. Donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. And that's the thing. you know. Senator Palacio says, Eli, that's not it at all. I'm on the outside looking in. I have a couple of comments I'll relay to you privately. Well, Sandra, you can write them privately, or you can send them to me publicly. I mean, I'm not afraid to, unless it's something about other people, and it absolutely cannot be put public because it would cause issues. You know, I'm not going to get offended by it, but maybe you have some information for me. I don't know. Go right ahead. Granny, I totally understand your situation. Granny, you've been a great contributor. You never have to donate again, Granny. I'm not saying that. Granny says, I have huge hospital bills right now, so I'm stretched to the max budget-wise, Eli. And hello all. Hello, Granny. Welcome to the show. Similar Evil. Cash App is a platform for sharing money, and it's very easy to do. I might get Cash App, Similar Evil. I know you mentioned that. I know you've been banned from PayPal, so you can't use PayPal. I understand that. I totally get that. I'm just saying, folks, I'm keeping it real. Now we have 16 people here, so a few more people are here. 17 people here right now. Let me go through a few more comments here. Okay. Lucy Francis said, in the beginning, I personally made Chara, which is his lady, wait for a couple of months. I was aware of her family and upbringing, nuclear family, just made her wait for that shit. Did the movies and snuggling. Did she want you, bro? Like, Lucy, I mean, that's your choice, bro. Like, if she was ready to be intimate with you and you were in control of that, that's a different story. But at the same time, you know, if you're a man that's holding out on a woman that wants to be with you, you know, just to, just to appease her family or to make sure for yourself, you got to understand that she might say, hey, it's not working for me. It doesn't only work that way for men, it works that way for women too. Women want intimacy too. And if you're delaying it and it feels right, you know, they're going to get aggravated and annoyed. So you got to take that into consideration. Let's see here. Let me go through a few more comments here, and then I'm going to end up wrapping this up. We're at the 2-hour mark right now. Eli, only scan the chat. Comment only on what's necessary. No, I understand that, bro. I know how to run this shit. I've been doing it for a while. Let me see here. Just have a few more comments. I'm going to go through them. I'm going to wrap this up, folks. Lucy Francis, we got to figure out a different method of donations. My PayPal was hacked or some shit. I was informed on Wednesday that she got an email that said PayPal blocked the payment due to suspicious activity. You just got to handle that shit, and they'll remove your block. No, folks, here's the thing. I understand everybody has their own issues and different things, but if people want to find a way to donate, they can find a way to donate if they really wanted to. So, and I understand that some people can't afford to donate. I get that. But there are people that can, and they're just choosing not to, because why should you donate if you're going to get the content for free, right? You know, part of having a loyal following is a following that will fully support you. And it's not just about the money, but it does take time and money to make this happen here. So, yeah. G-Rob, what if you meet a church girl woman that is from a religion that frowns upon sex before marriage, but she wants to release the super freak within her and wants to rip your clothes off on the first date? If it felt right, and if I knew that she wanted to be with me for the right reasons, I'd say fucking go for it. It's happened before, and it turned into a 5-year relationship. Not exactly in that way, but I mean, she wasn't a church freak that was frowned upon for having premarital sex. I mean, most women I've been with are God-loving women, but here's the thing. Like, I would not let religion, stop you from being intimate with somebody, because here's the bottom line. If you marry somebody that you never slept with, and then on your wedding night you have sex, the sex is bad, and it keeps on staying bad, okay, now you're married, now you want to get divorced, 1 month after you got married. Why put yourself in that position where you could find out before you make an agreement between you and the state to legally marry somebody? You see what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword when you're dealing with religion and you're dealing with divorce laws, and you're dealing with, how difficult it is to go through a divorce financially, mentally, and emotionally. You got to understand, it's a double-edged fucking sword. That's the issue. So, quite honestly, I can respect a woman like that will say, you know what, my religious, culture, my religious environment is ridiculous for frowning upon premarital sex in a day and age where, if people go through divorce because they couldn't find out that they weren't compatible before they got married, it's going to make their life more miserable. So you can't let the church dictate that. I'm a God-loving man, and my religion, definitely, believes in no premarital sex. Okay? But let me tell you this. I'll share this story one more time before I wrap things up here. My brother, he's been divorced since then, but my brother got married over 10 years ago. And yeah, he was living with his girlfriend back then for a while before they got married. And when they went to get married, they had to go see the Greek priest. And the Greek priest told them, okay, I understand you two are probably fornicating. I understand how the modern world is. This is what my brother told me, the priest said. But I'm going to ask you for the next 3 months if you can abstain from sex until your wedding night. At least we can be on par with our religion. And they did. It was hard, but they did that. But here's the thing. They were having sex for the previous 8 years before they got married. So they already knew they were sexually compatible. So in that case, that makes sense. You see, a good religious environment and a good priest is going to take the modern world into consideration. If your religious beliefs are so strict to the point of where it hinders your natural flow of progression, you got to decide if that belief is still right for you or not. But that's on you. I'm just spelling it out for you. Grady Marsh says, I'm from a bit of a different generation and different mindset. Whatever gets you through the night was my generation. Okay, good point, Granny. Good point. All right. Well, folks, that's going to wrap up the stream here. We're going to leave 17 people in the box. I'm going to ask you folks one more time here. It's been a real struggle to grow this channel lately. There's been a lot of great people here, and a lot of them have been very supportive. But even many of my longtime supporters have been kind of hot and cold lately. And I understand you've got your own things to do. But I've helped so many people in so many ways that for me to feel that investing the time to keeping this moving forward to happen, I need to start seeing some forward movement in some capacity. Something has to happen. No one wants to come on my Hangouts and talk with me. Like, what's up with that? No one's been donating, and this channel has stagnated with organic growth. There's no growth happening besides the networking I've done, which, half those people, even though they claim to be genuine when I connected with them, end up unsubscribing an hour after we connect. I'm going to ask you folks that are here for the right reasons, that truly support this message, to help spread this channel out there if you really want to see it move forward. I'm at the point right now, after what I've been seeing lately, where I may just end up going down to 2 or 3 streams a week. I don't want to do that, but I'll be honest, it's just not worth it. It would be worth it if even my current audience, was able to, donate something to keep this going, to show that, hey, we're moving forward, but everything's stagnated. And I'm not complaining here. I'm not whining about it. I'm being real. I'm going to be real with you folks, because I got to do things that are going to move me forward. And I just can't continue to give everything away for free and help people for free. Do you work for free? No. Do you put in a lot of time into something to help other people constantly for free? I can see once every now and then you help a friend move or something like that, but I'm out here each and every day grinding this out. Lucy, here's the thing, bro. You're saying it's Friday. The majority of Americans are out at bars and clubs. Alcoholism plays a big factor in today's world. It hasn't only been tonight, Lucy. It's been every day for the last month and a half, 2 months. And I've been trying to optimize my videos for more organic growth through YouTube, but for some reason, I think because of what happened with the former community, my channel has been somewhat blacklisted or something. There's something going on where my channel is just not being seen. I don't know what else to try. I've done everything. And look, I'm a positive person and I'm going to keep moving forward, but I may have to scale back a little bit on my efforts because it's just not getting the return. It's not moving the needle forward in any way. And like I've said before, folks, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. If I'm streaming every single day expecting I'm going to get more traction and it's not doing shit, then, what would you do in my shoes? And now I went back up to 498 subscribers. I see it just fluctuates. It's just weird. What's happening. I'm going to ask you folks for your help. Each and every one of you that's here right now or watch this on the replay. Please share my channel link on Twitter. Share my channel link on Facebook. If you really care, get this channel out there and help me at least gain some new organic growth. That will give me more fuel and fire to continue coming back almost each and every day to do these shows and to do more pre-recorded videos. But if you folks like this and you say you like it and you want it, and if you can't afford to donate, you can help out in other ways. I've donated. I can't always donate, but I donate when I can. When I can't donate, I help people in other ways. I had 8-Bit Reactor come here the other night, and I helped promote his GoFundMe for his move. I do things for people. I make effort, but no one seems to want to make the effort besides getting free content. A Cicely behind the scenes said, I support you, coach. Don't slow down, bro. Well, you saying you support me, bro, is not going to... Look, where's the growth? There's no money being made. There's no growth of the channel size. Okay? No one's sharing this channel. I get more dislikes than likes still, even though I don't show them. There are things people can do that say they like this content and they're not doing it. So, I can come out and say, look, either people start showing they really want this and at least start doing something to show that. Not necessarily donate, because like I said, most of you probably can't afford to donate, or maybe you don't want to donate. But you can do other things to help the growth of this channel if you really like it and you want to see these streams continue moving forward. All right. Creed Shikshina says, I understand exactly what you are saying, Eli. similar evil. You can teach and entertain at the same time. That's what I do when I come out here, bro. I always entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. There we go. But look, you know, I'm a strong, positive person, but even the strongest, most positive person in the world is going to have a moment. I'm having one of those moments right now because it's like I'm trying to relate with you folks. I'm trying to get you folks to see that I'm serious and I'm being real. And I have emotions too. And just like you want your time to be valued, I want my time to be valued as well. And if you don't put it all out there and give it everything you've got like I'm doing right now, then you got nothing. Eli, some only get 80 subs. You got over 400. I would see it positive. Fonzo, I put in the effort of a channel that has 1 million subs. My quality of my content and my stream quality, video quality, audio, and all that is better than many channels that have over 1 million subscribers. I understand what you're saying, man. But the amount of effort and level I run this channel deserves more than just about 500 subs or a little under 500 subs for the amount of time I've been doing it. I've been scrutinized for that through other communities. And I'm not going to sit here and feed into them, but I will say, yeah, it makes sense what they're saying. But at the same time, what they don't realize is they are the ones that have been hurting my growth, and they're still hurting my growth because that's the kind of people they are. They know they can do certain things to stunt the growth of this channel rather than just moving on and no longer downvoting my fucking videos. But see, you folks can do your part and hit the like button and share it to other people. Tell them to hit the like button. And that way the likes can start to outweigh the dislikes. And then maybe the YouTube algorithm might share me out a little bit more. Coach, I love seeing you every day. Don't give in or don't give up. I'm not giving up, bro. I'm stating the fact. I can't keep doing this at the level I'm doing it if it doesn't start moving the needle forward, bro. You do the same thing. You're not going to go to work and work 8-10 hours a day, whatever you do, and say, it's cool. I love my job so much. I don't need you to pay me today. Or I don't need you to pay me for a month. I'm going to donate my services because I love my job so much. It's the same fucking thing, man. It's the same fucking thing. And I'm not really trying to whine or complain here. Maybe I sound that way. If some people feel I'm whining and complaining, then you know what? It's your fucking opinion. You're entitled to it. The trolls will probably feel that way. I don't give a shit. This is how I feel. The bottom line is that in order to be successful, you have to hold people accountable. And I hate to say this, that even includes an audience that I have right now that loves my content and would miss me if I wasn't here as often as I have been. But if you want me here, what are you going to do to keep me here? You don't have to keep me here. I don't have to keep doing this, but if you really want it, what are you willing to do for it? Because here's the thing. When you watch cable TV, or you watch HBO, or Showtime, or Cinemax, or whatever, and you like that content, you're paying money each month to access that content. It's the same thing here. You guys are watching me for free, and I'm putting in the same effort that those other shows are putting in to create those shows. They're getting paid, I'm not. But I'm going a step further and saying, even if I don't get paid, even if you folks can't afford to donate some money, you can do other things to show your support by sharing this, by telling people this is a channel you got to check out. It's unlike any other channel you're going to see. It's a real channel. It's real content. It's very fun and engaging. We learn things every day. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, bang the bell. Blue Ball Brandon says, Coach is working below minimum wage for the greater good of his followers. Send donations, folks. Blue Ball Brandon, working below minimum wage is an understatement. I'd be happy to be making minimum wage doing this right now, to be honest with you. But that's up to the public. That's up to you folks. But I will say this, is that once again, and I had to have this conversation with my audience and with people that love this show several months ago, and then it turned things around. And people started donating, and people started subscribing, and it started to head in the right direction. I have to have that conversation again right now and ask you folks, how much do you want this to continue? How much do you really want this? And are you here for the right reasons? Or are you just taking it for granted? Blue Ball Brandon, I cannot support monetarily, but I do send daily prayers. Okay, I thought you were money bags, Blue Ball Brandon. But that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. You brag about having millions in investments. I'm not trying to call you out, but I guess I kind of am. I don't care if you don't donate money, bro, but when, if you're going to come out and say I cannot support monetarily when you have the means to do so, and you've been a long time behind the scenes friend, that's not a really good response that I'd want to hear from a good friend. Maybe you can come out and say it differently. Hey, you know what? I got my money tied up right now, and plus, you know what? I don't use PayPal. I'm waiting for you to get Super Chat or something. But it's just hard to hear shit like that, especially from someone that claims to be one of my biggest fans behind the scenes. Was that UA Sistoli? Blue Ball Brandon's best buddy. Well, here's the thing, Blue Ball Brandon's best buddy. You say we need you more than you know. The bottom line is I'm not working for free. I mentioned that a couple months ago, and I'm not going to continue working for free. And unless this channel starts seeing some growth upwards, and people start to show me that they really want my content here, not just tell me, I'm going to have to scale back, and eventually it may come to the point of where, hey, it may not be feasible to do it. Just being real with you folks. I cannot keep putting in the amount of effort I'm putting into this. And it stagnates in all aspects. It's almost like I'm talking to the fucking air, even though I'm not. Look, folks, you don't have to respond and say you can donate or whatever. You don't have to say, Sheena, I understand where you're coming from. I'm putting this out in general. If people want to donate, they can just donate without having to say. You see, the whole thing is that, and I'm not trying to be rude. I respect you, Sheena, and everyone else that's making a comment on this. It's not about you responding to me talking about why people aren't donating or supporting this channel. But when people typically respond, it's because they're feeling guilty. And I'm not trying to make you feel guilty at all. All I'm trying to do is say, hey, look, these are the facts. In order for something like this to be sustainable, it has to see forward progress in some capacity. And that hasn't happened for 2 months almost. And if the same people keep coming back here and none of them can donate or help in any other way, I love all of you folks, but you folks are not going to take my business where it needs to go. No disrespect. I love all of you, and I still support you folks. I always will. But I got to get more people coming out here that will really support this channel consistently and really, truly need more help. That's what I want to do. I want to truly help people. I'm not worried about it, Blue Ball Brandon. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. I've been doxxed. I've been attacked out here. I've had everyone come at me. I'm not the kind of person that would share anyone's personal information. But I understand some people just want to be completely off the grid. I get it. It's your choice to do so. Sheena says, got it. Don't talk it. Do it. Exactly. Okay, got it, Eli. Yeah, Sheena, I'm not trying to be rude. All I'm saying is that people that respond right now to this, they're doing it because they feel the need to respond because they feel guilty. And I'm not looking for guilty support. As a matter of fact, if anyone donates out of guilt and I can feel it and sense it, I'll just refund you your money. I want people to truly value this message and be here for the right reason. That's all. All right, folks, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy my Friday night. I'm going to go take my walk while the sun's still out. It's 8:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 5:29 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I will more than likely be back for a stream tomorrow morning. If not, I probably won't be back until early next week. I'm going to sit around and reevaluate everything and figure out what the next step is, because I've been thinking a lot about this. Now I'm back down to 497 subs. You see that? It just can't stay consistent. It just can't. It's just frustrating seeing that. It's fucking frustrating seeing that. So have yourselves a great weekend, folks. Take it easy and be good to each other. Take care. Bye-bye.